Good afternoon and welcome back to Lunch at the Market. We'll start with our wrap-up of this weekend. So let's start with the losers. The losers for this weekend. Alright, you can probably see that right there. The Cincinnati Bearcats. Unfortunately, of all the teams that we like, this one's probably up there in the top of the list, but it didn't go so hot. They went up 14-0 and then ended up losing 28-14. Clearly, they didn't score in the second half, and it did not go very well for the Cincinnati Bearcats. But our other teams, the Florida State Seminoles, went extremely well. They played Sanford, not terribly challenging game. They won. They scored like 50 points, 50-some points, only gave up like a field goal. Then there's the University of Oregon Ducks, which actually beat the New Mexico Lobos 72-0. That pretty much was just a practice. And then the granddaddy of them all, of course, are Boise State Broncos. What a game last night. Unbelievable. Tons of fun. Glad they pulled it out. I'm always happy to be wrong when we say one of our teams is going to lose and they don't. Okay, so now on to the news that you need after our college football wrap-up. We're taking a look at the chip sector today. They are getting obliterated. That's obliterated and blistering, both in the same word. It's not going so hot. We're going to take a look at Micron, ticker symbol MU. The company trades with a 4.3 PE, and their forward PE is 3.6. Valuations are getting a bit ridiculous in the chips. Micron has a PEG of 0.3. If the stock goes any lower, you're going to get almost a zero PEG, which means you're basically taking you're paying nothing for the growth, nothing at all for the growth. So you're basically buying the company for almost cash. Okay, we'll take a look at balance sheet. They've got $2.3 billion in cash, $2.3 billion in debt. Okay, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So they are not levered at all. They have a huge cash position. They have $2.33 a share. The stock only trades for about $6.70. Their operating cash flow is $2.3 billion. Their levered free cash flow is $1.1 billion. Clearly, this is a company that could be completely debt-free in a matter of years if they want to, and they have quite a bit of dry powder if they want to do an acquisition. I'd love to see somebody like a Micron do their own acquisition. Obviously, this would be a great target for somebody to pick up. They have huge cash flows, great business, very well run. The PEG is unbelievable, and the PE has just gotten pretty ridiculous. So take a look at MU. The 52-week low, I think you're probably within 60 cents of the 52-week low, and you're $4 away from the 52-week high. So we think that there's quite a bit more room to the upside than the downside. I think your downside is limited to that 60 cents. I don't think that it's going to break the 52-week low. So take a look at MU. That's Micron. Another company that's been rocked like a hurricane has been Sandisk. There was some bullish talk about Sandisk on Fast Money last week. The stock sits at $36.88. The 52-week low is 16. That's probably a bit unrealistic. That's going to go all the way back to last year. But it's down $14 from the 52-week high. That is a huge move. You're talking about almost a 30% decline from the peak in the stock. The company trades with an 8.2 forward PE. Okay, the forward PE and the trailing PE are about the same, so it's not really an accelerating earnings story right now, unless, of course, estimates have been lowered too much. So if estimates have come down too much on the forward PE and we get a better than expected numbers, then you're going to see the numbers readjust. Okay, the PEG on this one is 0.58. You're looking at just under $1 billion in free cash flow, so keep that in mind. If you like Sandisk, Micron has more free cash flow than Sandisk does. Okay, although admittedly Sandisk has $2.5 billion in cash and only $950 million in debt. Okay, they have $10.42 of cash per share on hand. That's a ridiculous level of cash. So Sandisk, SNDK, Micron, ticker symbol MU. We like both of those. What else? We're a big fan of put spreads, especially on a day like this when we get a nice downdraft. We're looking at CREE. We like the CREE 5250 put spreads. Okay, I'm going to pull up the options chain for CREE. Take a look at that. CREE, obviously, ticker symbol CREE, same name as the company. Okay, in September, you can still sell the 52.50 put spread for about 52 cents. Okay, that's where it's sitting right now, somewhere between 52 to 55 cents. I like that trade a lot. I think it still works. You could even go out to the 50.40 put spread. So if you want to widen out your put spread, you could probably take in 50 cents for that trade, or just under 50 cents for that trade. You've only got 11 days for that to go against you. So take a look at the 52.5, 50 for 50 cents, or the 50.40 put spreads, also for about 50 cents. You can sell those, take into credit. Obviously, if that goes against you in the next 11 days, you can roll out of that, meaning you will buy back the September expiration at wherever you're at, and then you're going to sell the October same trade against it. Okay, so you'll sell again the 52.5, 50 put spread. We still have on some 55.50 put spreads. The stock's trading at $55 and about 3 cents, or 55, somewhere around $55. So with 11 days left, there's $2 still in that. If you're extremely aggressive, you could still sell the 52.5 put spread for $1, or the 55.50 put spread, okay, for September. That's got 11 days left, for about $1.50. If you're really aggressive, you can go ahead and sell that. Obviously, the time value is going to be sucked out of that in the next 11 days. You're going to be left with only intrinsic value. The intrinsic value on that option right now is actually nothing, maybe 5 cents. Okay, right now Micron just dipped under $55 by 3 cents. So if you're extremely aggressive, if you wanted to sell the 55.50 put spread in CREE, you've got 11 days left. If you want to get long, okay, if you're uncomfortable with options, 1, you should get comfortable with options. 2, if you are, you like long only, consider getting long those CREE stock here at $55. That's been a great buying point. So today we've talked about Sandisk and Micron. Both have unbelievable balance sheets, very cash rich, huge cash flow, and then also selling the CREE put spreads against it. So hope your teams won this weekend in college football. Thanks for joining us today. Have a fabulous day, and we will see you tomorrow on Lunch of the Markets.